Hello, Internet. Take two. Can you hear me? Test 1, 2,
Yeah, should be
3.
coming
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of All Myths Are True here on Game Nights. We were away for a few weeks due to the 4th of July holiday here in the States, but we're back and better than ever. So get ready. This time with sound. There's don't make that face. There's probably some announcements I should do. What day is it? It's Thursday. On Saturday, here on Game Nights, you can join us back at our normal time, I think, of 3 p.m. Eastern time for an episode of Saturday Nights, where we play D&D, and there's lots of adventures, and it's very fun. We kill monsters and save people. The family business. Let's see, what else do we do here on Sunday? I will be DMing once again over on Encounter Roleplay on Twitch, the penultimate episode of Apocalypse When. It's very fun. It's Apocalypse World. Join us, check it out. It's time travel in the apocalypse. And then on Monday here we will have a new episode of Motley Mondays, in which it's Morgan's turn to DM a one-shot for us. So come check that out. It's gonna be really fun. We trade off DMing one-shots, and it's been really, really great so far. We're gonna keep doing it. Tuesday at 6 p.m. we'll have Matropony. Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. we'll have Lynn's Day, probably. Lindsay's not here yet, so I can't tell you that either way. But most likely, we'll get her to confirm. And then we start all over again after that. So that's what we're doing here on the channel, and I don't know if I have any more announcements to do. Lindsay is running a little bit late at work, but she will be joining us as soon as she can, which is why I think she's a blank space right now. But she'll be here soon. Is there anything else I should announce?
I might do a craft stream next Thursday.
Ooh. Tune in for
We'll see.
that. Then we'll announce that on Discord and Twitter if that's going to happen. So possible craft stream in this slot next week. Sean, would you like to share something with the class?
No, that was me putting down my water bottle, and it was a little heavier than I thought it was going to be.
Okay, you're making a lot of noise, and Alex is getting slowly eaten up by the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, new camera position, and we may just, because this is just going to be like this for the next half hour at least.
That's okay. The sun will go down eventually.
Light it by the light.
It's been a little bit since we played this game, so we're working out the kinks once again. So yeah, if there are no other announcements, I will try to do a recap from what I remember, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So last time on All Myths Are True, you all wrapped up a previous mystery that you were working on, the werewolves of Lunaterra, the orc homeworld. Lots and lots of stuff happened there. Lots of stuff happened last session, actually, now that we're thinking about it. You were able to, as a team, using some big magic and some great strategy and some zip lines and many other things, able to remove Letitia, the wolf queen, and her family from Lunaterra, as well as get the orc population of the city vaccinated against the werewolf virus. So that was very good. Good day all around. When you returned, everybody was able to take a few days off, recuperate. Lefla, especially, who really took a beating in that last fight, was able to heal up and get a fun new item for themselves, a fun little armor piece that hopefully will come in handy in the future. And then before you all were given another assignment, Lefla specifically was approached by a friend of theirs from the hospital that they used to work at in the city, Hopewell Hospital, by the name of Lily, who was concerned about her coworker and friend, Lefla's former coworker and friend, Erica, who had disappeared for a few days and then returned to work with little to no explanation. And Lily was convinced that something was up. So, being the good monster hunters that you are, you went to the hospital under the guise of Lefla giving you a tour of their former workplace, investigated Erica and Dr. Astor, the doctor that Lefla used to work with. You found nothing major of interest at the hospital itself or with the doctor. However, Theo did discover that Erica was using or had placed on her some sort of glamour or concealing magic that was changing how she looked. So you split up, Smith and Periwinkle exploring the hospital to try to figure out if anything was wrong there, anything was up with the doctor, or if Erica was acting strangely. And Theo and Lefla went to Erica's apartment, where they spoke with her roommate Drix, who not only had not seen her in over a week, but was unaware that she had even returned. And they went through all of her stuff, which was fun. Found nothing missing except for some of the jewelry out of her jewelry box. And Theo, where we ended last time, had looked back in time and seen Erica behaving strangely and a little out of character. And I think we ended on a moment where Erica looked up and was checking out her appearance in the mirror that was in her room. And Theo saw a strange, shining take over her eyes for just a moment. And yeah, I think we'll pick that. Is that everything? A lot happened. I wanted to make sure we covered it because it's been a long time, and I had forgotten what happened until I rewatched the episode earlier today. So.
I'm following my daughter on Instagram now.
You are? Oh yeah, I forgot about our little interlude. Smith had a nice day out with his kids, and his daughter allowed him to follow her on Instagram so he could better keep up with her life.
Yep.
And it was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then while he was at the hospital, he forgot his own name for a moment.
As you do. He's getting up there in years.
I think that's it. Anything else or any questions that will come up later, we'll deal with later. Let's play. So we will pick up, I think, basically right where we left off. With Lefla and Theo in Erica's apartment and Smith and Periwinkle at the hospital. You're all finishing up your separate investigations. What would you like to do?
I wonder what the other two are getting up to right now.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they figure it out, because I didn't get very much from my investigation. Although I did hear a funny story of Lefla, but nothing that seemed to pertain to what's happening.
I take another long sip of my coffee awkwardly. So, should we call them or just wait for them to get back here, or?
Well, they might be in the middle of talking to someone. Maybe we should send them a text message or something.
I don't have either one of their numbers.
Don't worry, I've got it.
All right.
Yeah. Periwinkle's gonna text Left and be like, "How's it going?" Question mark. Although, she can't do that. She got big weird hands. How does she text?
Oh yeah, does Periwinkle have opposable thumbs?
Yes, but she's got 3 fingers, kind of like this sort of thing.
Maybe she's got one of those phones. What are those phones for old people that have the really big buttons? A jitterbug.
I like it. Yes. Pulls out her jitterbug. So fitting.
There's accessibility devices to make phones accessible for people of all numbers of fingers, I think, in this universe.
Yeah, they also used to make phones with buttons that you could push instead of using screens. You just do that one at a time.
Yeah.
Back in the good old days.
Or, hear me out, voice texting.
Or that, yeah. That works too.
That was gonna be our next thought.
However,
Hey
however,
Siri.
Periwinkle wants to text.
Okay. Well, yeah. So she sends a message to Lefa. How is it going? Question mark.
One sec, looking through time. Time with a capital T.
This
Theo
would
is
make
doing magic.
Yeah, this would make sense to you all because Theo has done this once before.
Okay.
When you all first
Oh yeah, he did.
went into the palace. I can't remember what I named it.
That's right.
You
Mhm.
looked back in time and saw the diplomats.
Okay. Well, apparently, the for time right now, so maybe they'll get some clues to that.
Or maybe they misspelled time. Maybe they spilled some spices or something.
No, he did like capital T time. I think Lefa knows what he's talking about.
All right. Well, I'll trust that the janitor knows what they're doing. I don't know why I'm leading this team.
Also, Lefla's not a janitor.
All right. What are
Yeah, I
you?
was gonna
What are you
say.
again?
There we go. Would have corrected him. He's a nurse.
The nurse. Oh, that's right. What did I think you were? You know, it's because you're a
that was the
plant.
initial character concept.
Yeah. It's also because you're a
Yeah,
plant, and I was
or-
thinking gardener, and it was one step over.
Adjacent.
Yeah. Anyway,
But
Oh, do you
yeah,
remember anything that's happened in this game?
literally no. As soon as the stream starts, I've totally forgotten. What are we doing again?
Lefla, what are you guys doing over there?
yeah. So, do we get anything more out of Theo's vision other than the weird shiny eyes?
You got the weird shiny eyes. You got the strange kind of stilted behavior. I think I mentioned that before, where Theo had like previously seen Erica going through this routine that she obviously goes through for so long, and then this time when she came back in, after having been missing for a while, she was sort of acting strangely as if she had to like think through this routine that she had done a lot of times. You saw her go to the jewelry box, dump it out, pick several pieces out, drop them in a bag and put them in with her work things, and then the eyes. I think that was it, and I think that's probably the end of Theo's vision.
All right. So after that, text back again. Sorry, I was trying to think of what the actual phrase was, but I was drawing a blank. We'll meet back up with you. Probably names a coffee shop near the hospital or something, so that we can all meet up away from any other prying eyes.
Okay. Good idea.
I assume you're conveying the text, and he just crumples the cup and throws it in the trash.
Uh-huh.
And says, "Good, I just ran out."
Well, let's go get you some more then.
Oh, and I actually I look around. Is there any medical supply you see in the doctors, the TV shows and stuff? They've got the little rolling things they keep all their medical supplies in. I'm looking for a bag or something, maybe something that they would put medical waste in. Not that's empty.
Just
but-
a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. There's a cart nearby, and it's got several boxes on it, as if someone is restocking all the rooms. There's some boxes of latex gloves, and then there's this big box with the biohazard, the little orange plastic biohazard bags in there.
That's right. I grab one of those, and then I walk over to the trash can and take the cup out of it because I almost forgot, and stick it in that bag.
Okay.
Yeah. Whoops. And seal that up.
Okay. Evidence acquired.
Almost thrown out, but then acquired.
Oh,
Would you guys like to do anything else before you leave the hospital?
hang on. Let me look. No, probably not right now. I have one hold from investigate a mystery,
Oh, that's right.
but I don't know if like any of these like really apply here in the hospital. So, not yet.
Okay. All right, then you all make your way out of the hospital. I think Smith and Periwinkle, as you're leaving, Erica is once again at the front desk, and she sort of waves as you come through and says goodbye.
We'll probably be back in a little while. Just heading out for some breakfast.
Oh, okay. It's like 4 in the afternoon, but
I've lost track of time.
Hey,
Is it really 4 in the afternoon? I feel like we
breakfast for
just
dinner,
got
right?
here. Yeah, sure. It was a pleasure meeting you. Erica, right?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm
What
sure I'll be here when you get back.
what was your last name again? I missed
Marsh.
it. Marsh. Okay.
It's been nice meeting you.
You too.
And we leave.
Like,
Okay, bye-bye now. Yeah, so you all leave and can all meet up at a local coffee shop, a couple of blocks away from the just almost said the word hotel, but you're not at a hotel. You're at a hospital. A couple blocks away from the hospital. And Theo's there, but just very quiet right now.
Theo, I'm proud of you. I've never seen you this quiet before. I hope you stay like this at least the rest of the day.
Okay, because you said you're proud of him, I think you see Theo's face like light up, but then he kind of tries to hide it a little bit and then just awkwardly stares at the table.
So what'd you find?
but
Tell them about the vision, but it seems to me that either something has taken control of Erica or has replaced her. Something that has been trying to keep up appearances, but does not fully understand what it needs to do so.
Thinking
yeah,
like
the
a.
glamour thing.
Oh, go ahead.
The glamour thing just sounds very suspicious. So.
You know, like a doppelganger or some sort of shapeshifter?
It's a possibility, but obviously this magic is not my area of expertise, and do not know how much more we can do without, grabbing Erica and casting magic at her.
Well, you said the roommate said she hadn't been home for a while.
Yes, so whoever the Erica that is in the hospital right now is not going back to her apartment, so perhaps we should conduct a stakeout and try to follow her home.
That sounds like a good idea. Also need to get this back to the lab. Throw the crushed coffee cup. The bag with the crushed coffee cup.
Why do you need that?
Well, as Lefla pointed out last time, Erica handed it to me, and if there's some sort of illusion, we can get the actual fingerprints of whoever this might be, if they have them. And if they don't, then maybe some residue or something that might point us in the right direction.
Oh, that's really clever.
Yeah. I figure the folks at the lab can take a look at it and put their heads together. So, should probably grab some equipment too if we're gonna do a full stakeout, in case things get rough.
Yes, I suppose it would be Best to be prepared for anything.
Should somebody stay here to watch just in case she leaves early?
That sounds like a good idea.
Theo, why don't you do that? You can text us if something happens.
Perfect. This will be a good test of your skills of observation. I'll expect a thorough report of everything that happens in the next 3 hours until we're able to get back.
Theo nods politely.
And I'll be cross-checking this with the security footage from the traffic cameras, so if you miss anything, I'll know about it.
Theo nods more vigorously than the
Good.
first time.
Back to the lab then.
Okay. You got this, Theo.
All right. Theo is going to split off from the other 3 of you. Head back towards the hospital, and the other 3 of you are going back to HQ.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You do this. It's an uneventful. How'd you guys get out here?
We took
Take the
public
train.
transit
Yeah.
because the mom van would be
Oh, yeah.
conspicuous, but I think now probably are going to take the mom van. And I think maybe Aegis has equipped the vans with just like simple, illusion tech or something to hide the logo if need be for when stakeouts are necessary.
Ice cream truck.
That's fair. I was literally just about to say that. It's got this like little roll-up thing on the side, and you just roll it down, and now it looks like an ice cream truck. No, it's terrible. There'll just be children everywhere.
No, we went with the
no,
ice cream
that's-
truck last time. Was a terrible idea. Let's maybe cleaning, some sort of handy work.
Perhaps plumbing. No
Ah,
one want to go near plumbing, especially if we are near a sewer entrance.
that works. Crink, 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 until the plumbing stuff comes down.
Okay. Disguise the bomb van as a plumbing company van. Easy enough.
I was thinking of a funny name, but I can't think of anything.
I could think of one. Yeah, what else do you guys want to do?
Smith just suits up as if we were doing a job, checks out all the equipment.
Okay. Do you tell anyone that you found a job, or do you just check out equipment and...
Oh, no, I tell. Yeah, actually, I'd probably go and report this at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You spend a few minutes
There's
going through the
something
proper
suspicious.
channels.
Yeah. I'd go to whoever my direct superior was or whoever that might be. I don't think we've named them.
Nope.
And just tell them what's going on, that there might be something going on in the city, suspected kidnapping or impersonation, and that we need some equipment for surveillance.
Okay. Yeah, I think they okay it. But you do catch a little bit of shit, I think. Because of I'm trying to remember what you were rolling for.
Yeah,
but
I
you're
remember.
still catching shit for the orcs
Yeah.
a little bit. And how that sort of went a little bit awry. So I think they ultimately sign off on it, but are adamant that that this better be something and that this not go like that did.
All right. I don't think this is the first time Smith has been probably can't think of the right word for it.
Reprimanded.
Reprimanded, yeah, for some sort of thing beyond his control. So he knows that this is the way the game's played. So he just signs off on it, takes out the equipment, and gets ready to go.
Okay.
Okay. I would maybe like to spend the hold that I have on investigate a mystery and maybe uses Aegis's computer system to see if something about like the shiny eyes gets like a hit
Ooh,
on like
okay.
possible monsters.
Yeah. So I think Aegis keeps a database sort of everything monster-wise that the coursers have ever encountered. It's a pretty broad search. I think several different things come up. I think a couple of them catch your eye because Smith had mentioned them in conversation. Doppelgangers come up, shapeshifters come up. There's also several different entries on like sprites and other like sort of fey creatures like that that are more like human looking but don't necessarily have human looking eyes.
Okay. Cool. Just writing this down.
I also drop off the coffee cup. I almost forgot about that again.
I was assuming that you had. Okay, so you drop off the coffee cup. What do you want them to look for?
Fingerprints, residue, anything that might determine what kind of creatures have touched this cup.
Okay. They take it. They tell you they will do it. They'll probably have something back for you by tomorrow morning, first thing.
Okay.
I think they just assume everything you give them is urgent at this point.
Probably is.
Okay. Anything else? Any final words?
I think as we all reconvene at the van, you two would find Lefla looking at the gear they usually bring, and they have like the medical stuff, but then you also see them contemplating their hunting rifle and just like trying to decide if this kind of mission is going to need it or not, but ultimately puts it into the back of the van and then gets ready to drive us away.
Beth, I think you're getting regular texts from Theo at like 5-minute intervals or so, updating you on the absolute nothing that is happening at the hospital. And unless there's anything else you all want to do, I think you all pile up in the van and go to pick up Theo, whose wonderful player Lindsay is now home from work and ready to come play with us.
Oh, hey!
So, well, we'll be right back in a second while we pick up Theo in the mom van.
Vroom.
goes the mom van. Thanks for bearing with us, everybody. We have Lindsay now, and Theo is allowed to talk again. So the three of you pile up in the mom van, disguised as a plumbing van of some kind, with all of your gear, and head back to where you left Theo to stake out the hospital. Theo is fine when you get there, and nothing has happened at all. It's been so boring the whole time. You're all together again, yay.
Not gonna lie, I wasn't super thrilled to be doing Stakeout by myself for a while, but I'm very glad you're back. Also, there's definitely a family of voles living by the front entrance, and I think there's sort of like a territory dispute between some magpies and some pigeons around, but that's really the only action that's happened in the past 3 hours and a half.
How many cars drove by?
17 red ones, 13 of indiscriminate color. I wrote it all down.
I take the report and say, all right, this will work. And I just fold it up and stick it in my bag, never to look at it again. Are we all in the van now?
Yeah, unless one of you gets out.
Nice and cozy.
You're all in the van.
Which, again, you with the magic of illusion tech and magic, I think we have some of the sides can like toggle to one-way mirrors, or not mirrors, but like we can look out without them being able to see in.
Sure. Seems plausible.
How much equipment do we have? Do we have like video monitors and like cameras that we can zoom in on?
What'd you bring?
Like, definitely that.
Okay.
And maybe some high like targeted like audio or listening devices that we can focus on the hospital.
Sure.
Oh
no.
Oh no.
Hello. I'm sorry to that.
Okay,
Happened.
who fell out? Was it
It was
Morgan.
I think it was me.
okay?
Yeah.
Do Savannah drop, and then Lindsay drop. All right, we're back.
Yay! We're ourselves again.
Hey, sorry guys.
It's okay. Yeah. Sure, you have that stuff. There's some basic monitoring equipment, I think, for general stakeouts. And some snacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say Periwinkle would have made sure we had some snacks.
Well, how about a couple of us stay in here and monitor the equipment, and should probably get some eyes around the back of the building just in case.
I definitely volunteer for inside the van. I just will take that for the team. Being inside the air-conditioned, safe, armored van.
It is not that armored.
More than not, though.
Yes, well, I remember was the staff entrances. I should probably go take that one.
I'll go with you there.
Okay. So me and you, Theo, in the van.
Yes, van, love it. Great.
Okay. So you split up. Lefla taking Agent Smith with you around to the other side of the hospital building into an alley where one of the staff entrances is. Periwinkle and Theo staying in the van with the majority of the equipment, I'm going to assume. Smith and Lefla, how close do you get to the door? Where do you how do you want to stake out this door?
I was imagining there's got to be some sort of parking garage.
Oh, for sure.
For this hospital staff. So if we could see the other entrances from like the second level of the parking garage or something, and Lefla could point out where the staff comes in and out, and we can sort of watch it from sort of an elevated, concealed position.
Okay, yeah, you can very easily do that. So you head kind of across one of these side streets to the parking garage, up to the second floor or so, and over the edge. You can see from where you are a an entrance essentially to the bottom floor of the hospital with the words "staff only" painted on it in large red letters.
I asked Lefla as we're on our way. I said, I don't think I got a chance to ask. How long have you known Erica?
Oh gosh, it has been. I want to say maybe 7 years. It has been quite a while. Well, I suppose it has been, almost a year since I've been with Aegis. I think that's how long I've said. Um, so worked with her for 5, 6 years.
What are the odds that she would have gotten involved in something like this willingly?
Willingly. That is, before I would have said next to none, but, let's see. Once I got introduced to the world that Aegis lives in, a lot of my preconceived notions had to be adjusted. And so I would still like to believe that Erica would not get involved, certainly not willingly, but even just based on my own personal experience, we don't always get a say in that now, do we?
Very true.
But yeah, I do not imagine she would be as kind to, sell her soul, as it were. If that is what we are dealing with, I'm still not sure.
Well, hopefully it's not as bad as all that.
Hopefully, but maybe I'm surprised you are being an optimist. Normally you are the pragmatist in the group.
This is just a little too close to home.
Yes, it most certainly is.
Most threats I deal with have been outside the city. The thought of somebody making it through the city perimeter and checks and the officers, it just need to upgrade my security system.
In your long and celebrated history with Aegis, have you never known one of these creatures to be... I'm trying to come up with a better word than just non-hostile? It's because obviously there are the different races that call Locust their home, but then there are ones that, as Periwinkle was mentioning, a potential doppelganger, which, could, for most intents and purposes, live out a life as a quote-unquote normal person. Have there never been any that have tried to do that, or is they all, bloodthirsty monsters that will murder you and crunch on your bones?
This is a bit different because we're doing this off the books, technically. By the time that I get called in, I don't really ask many questions. There are other departments that deal with relocating and less hostile creatures and indirect threats. But no, in my experience, most of them end bloody. Well, like I said, I wasn't technically assigned to this case, so guess this is the best shot we have of ending something without needing to put a bullet in it.
Yes, it will be very much hoping that there will not be bloodshed, but given our track record, I am not particularly optimistic on that point.
We'll just have to see, I guess. Should have got more coffee.
All right. So from the parking garage, you watch and wait and you watch and you wait some more. And over in the mom van, Periwinkle and Theo are doing very much the same thing.
Then certain compounds, if you cross them with a noble gas, they respond to different magics by burning in a different color. It's similar to how we used to track star sizes and patterns to great distance. And I'm running out of topics.
That was all very fascinating. I don't know if I'll remember all that.
That's fine. That's fine. That's really what I do anyway. Just know things. So, how's your how are you now as opposed to an hour ago when I asked the first time?
Oh no.
I think she actually froze.
Yeah.
Theo's just, oh dear, sweats.
Well,
Just expert in communication.
he's gone from the Roll20 game.
No!
No, no.
Theo's like, it's fine, you don't have to answer. It's whatever you're comfortable with. We're just
Yeah.
Oh,
it
there we
goes.
go. All right. I'll
What a day.
yeah. Take us to the break screen for a second. We will be right back, everyone.
For more stakeout.
thrilling.
And the gunshots ring out. Just kidding. Hello,
Oh.
everybody. Welcome back again. I think we fixed it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll continue. With the stakeout, as you all sit around and make really awkward conversation, either in the van or in the parking garage. So, what specifically are you all looking for?
I was pretty much looking to see when they left, if we saw Erica leave.
Yeah, so starting to get sort of into the evening time as the sun is setting behind the parking garage. After a while, Smith and Lefla, from where you are, you eventually see Erica leaving through the staff door with a couple of other people, her shift ending and heading towards the garage where you are.
All right. I guess let's call the others and let them know what's going on.
I have already texted them, told them to bring the van around.
Do you know what her car looks like?
Oh. Trying to think if Lefla would know. Once upon a time I did, but I don't know if she has gotten a new car since then, so I will keep a lookout. I will go check the lower level, see if I can find it. You go rendezvous with the others. Or no, rather.
Why don't I follow her to her car? I'll get the information on it, and I'll meet up with the rest of you.
That is a much better plan.
Yeah. All right. Then yeah, Smith will. I will go and try to follow them the best I can to see what car they go to.
So, do you know how to drive this? I mean, I've seen it done. Theoretically, I could drive it. Are you comfortable with? Where are we going, really? Lethal just said to, like, meet over there. Are we going to the parking garage? Do you want to just sit and drive it? I'll sit over here.
I don't know how to work one of these.
Great, okay, I'll drive. You watch for
Okay.
literally anything on the road at all, and we're going to be fine.
Okay.
This isn't a stick, is it? Is it a stick?
It's metal. Oh no.
No, I think there's too much technology for it to still be a stick shift.
Okay, this one goes. Oh, okay, here we go. We're going.
Theo, can you roll to act under pressure?
Yes.
I love it.
Ooh, that's 10? What's it plus? Is it plus cool?
Yes.
Yep.
Keeping it
That's
cool.
10?
Okay.
Theo has no chill.
Yeah, we know. So yeah, you drive the van carefully and very slowly
Like, probably 3 miles an hour.
around, but no harm comes to it or you. No, I wasn't gonna have harm come to it anyway, but it's just funnier. Yeah, so you Lefla, I think you see after maybe a couple more minutes than you had expected, Theo slowly, very slowly, bringing the mom van around towards your meeting point. As Smith, you start to wind your way through the parking garage, trying to keep an eye out for Erica as she makes her way to her car. I assume you're trying to do this inconspicuously.
Yes.
Okay, how do you manage to not be a creepy man in a parking garage?
I guess just by staying out of sight as much as possible.
Literally impossible. That is the most difficult task in the world.
I think it's just by staying out of sight. Trying to stay far enough back where they can't hear me, and I assume there's pillars, support pillars, and stuff like that I can stay behind and just kind of just tail them. So you might have some training in tailing a target.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you can do that pretty easily. So you, from a distance, sort of watch Erica, after a moment, sort of come around a corner and start making her way up to the second level of the parking garage where you were before. She makes her way over to a small silver sedan of some kind, pretty unassuming car, and unlocks it, gets in it, cranks it, puts it in reverse, backs out of the spot.
I just try to get the plate. I try to memorize the plates on it.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Memorize it, write it down, put it in your phone. However you
Or I guess just take a picture of it.
you can also do that.
Okay, yeah, I do that, and then I jog out of the parking garage towards where I know the van is coming from.
Okay. And you all, as Erica drives away out of the parking garage and turns onto the side street, you all reconvene in the van.
Wheel left, take the wheel, please.
Yes.
Great.
Alright.
You did so good.
Sneeze, which way did you turn out of the parking lot?
That way.
Okay, I will start following, attempting to keep the van 2 car lengths away.
Yeah.
And how quickly does it become apparent whether or not she is heading towards her apartment?
Pretty quickly, I think it becomes apparent where she's going. She starts to take a familiar route, the route that normally you would expect her to take, back toward her apartment where she lives with Drix.
Alright, this is odd, but let us see where this goes. It would be odd for her to go back for the first time just because we suddenly showed up.
I agree.
Oh, she's going to the apartment?
At least is the route it would take, but maybe this is me being paranoid, but if it is another creature, maybe it is overly paranoid and is trying to go back to the routine. Let's keep going.
Okay, so you follow her in the van, and as predicted, she pulls off the road after a few minutes into the parking lot of her apartment complex, drives around and parks her car, gets out, and starts walking toward the stairs to go up to the apartment where you know Erica lives.
Let's follow her inside.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Are you sure?
I'm getting out of
Okay.
the van.
All right. I'm following. I have full confidence.
Okay. Do all 4 of you go?
Do we all need to go? Do you even want me to go? The roommate will recognize me. Maybe
Honestly,
I should stay.
not. I just
can
closed the
stay
van
here.
behind me.
Great.
Leflo,
Is
why
this
don't you
like-
come with me?
Yes, Theo and Perry, I will point out the apartment window or apartment complex windows and say, direct the surveillance equipment there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then I just have a sidewalk because this is our first time being there. Is this like a nice apartment complex? Is it like...
Yeah, it's relatively nice. It has those one of those parking lots where half of it is spaces, and then on the other half there's garages of some sort. Yeah, it's fairly nice.
Okay. Why didn't you think we should go up there?
Really just any of the reasons that I always just kind of want some clarification on plans. Just, I don't know, it helps me for the why of things. I just...
Yeah, I mean, Agent Smith does go with this guy a lot.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
hard to explain.
Mostly I'm just nervous because I don't know what's going on. If I'm going to be completely honest, typically with at this point of being so close to threat, I've gathered a bunch of data and I kind of know how to warn us of what to do, and I don't in this situation. So if it's a little muggy in here, it's because I'm sweating quite a lot.
Right. Well, we can watch from the window and hopefully we can see. And maybe I'm just gonna roll this down.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so Smith, you're going alone?
Lefla's coming with me.
Oh, Lesla's coming with you. That's right. All right, so the two of you get out of the van, leaving Periwinkle and Theo behind with the surveillance equipment, and walk toward the stairs, following Erica up them. If you don't intervene, she makes her way up the stairs, makes her way to the apartment door, unlocks it, walks in, and shuts and locks it behind her.
All right. You said the roommate, Drix, was it?
Yes, the goblin fellow said that she had not been home in a week.
All right. Did you tell Drix that we were investigating?
I told him something or other. Let me recall what I told him. I'm trying to check my notes. I don't remember if we actually name dropped Aegis with him or not.
I want to say we didn't, and that you were just like, hey, we used to work together, and I talked with some old coworkers, and we were just checking up.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he very quickly was like, oh yeah, she's been real weird. So,
Yeah.
All right.
have not name dropped Aegis yet.
All right. Well, let's see what's going on then. Are you armed?
I suppose.
Okay. I take my badge out and I do the thing where I like tuck it in like the front of my suit pocket so it's displayed. And I walk over the door and I knock on it.
Okay. You knock on the door, and you wait for a moment, and no one answers.
Huh.
Do we hear sounds of anything inside? Sounds of TV or conversation?
Nope.
I knock again and I say, "This is Aegis. Open up."
Okay. You wait for another minute or so. Nothing.
God, my knee still hurts. This isn't gonna be good.
Before you do that, and I'll pull out my useful multi-tool and try and use that to pick the lock.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
I mean, it has the tag useful.
Yeah, I don't think you have to roll for that. I think it takes a minute or so, but you jimmy the lock open. Very useful tool.
Yep.
All right, I say, I'll take point. You watch my back.
I will shoot them a quick text. I think as I was picking the lock, using some other vines to send a text of just like, entered the apartment, no response when we knocked, anything on the surveillance equipment, ?
Do we see anything?
So after a few moments, Lefla, has the rest of the team met Lily?
Yeah, I think she was there when we went on the tour.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Great. Yeah. So after a few minutes, sitting out in the parking lot in the van watching, you all do see a couple of vehicles go by, normally kind of tenants coming and going, but then close by after a couple of minutes another car pulls up and parks near the van, and Lily, who the two of you do recognize as Lefla's friend who brought this to their attention in the first place, being the one that came to them and said Erica was acting weird, gets out of the car, looks around, and starts heading toward the stairs that Erica and previously Lefla and Agent Smith went up.
I wonder what she's doing here.
Is it a good idea to go up there when there's probably a confrontation that's going to happen? Should we stop her? Should we not?
Is she like? So she's walking towards the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I feel like you're the senior officer in this situation, and so I defer to you, but we're running out of time.
I think we should see what's gonna happen.
You got a plan? Got a game plan?
Yeah. Let's follow her.
Okay, I'll follow you. Following her.
Okay, so Lily starts to make her way up these stairs. The two of you get out of the van and also start making your way towards the stairs.
I love this. Yeah.
Okay. While this is happening, Smith and Lefla, you have opened the door.
I've drawn my pistol and I'm
are
checking
making your way
my corners.
in. Okay, slice of pie. You make your way into the apartment. There is sort of one light on in the kitchen. Everything else in this main area is sort of dark. Not sort of dark. It's dark. The lights are off.
I'm gonna sweep through this room. If I don't see anyone in this room, I'm moved to the next one.
Okay. So the apartment is sort of split where there is this kitchen and main area, a little kind of dining area off to one side, and then a short hallway, one off to the left, one off to the right, kind of splitting the apartment into essentially like two suites, like a bedroom and bathroom on each side.
I think Lefla waits like a second for Smith to start doing stuff, but then just decides to head towards Erica's room.
Okay. You head over toward Erica's room. The door is shut.
What about is it set up so that Drix's room is right across the hall as well?
So it's split to where essentially on either side of the main space,
Okay,
there's a bedroom and a bathroom.
gotcha.
So you'd have to go kind of back across the living room to the other side.
From where I am, could I at least see if that door is open or not?
It's also shut.
I think from Erica's door, Lefla will try and do, like, they probably got like SWAT hand signals 101 or something, and so tries to direct Smith to the other door.
Smith understands the general premise, I assume, and does.
Okay. All right. So each of you at a bedroom door. You open them?
Yes.
Okay. So Smith, you slowly and quietly, I assume, unless you want to kick it down.
If it's not unlocked, I'm not kicking it.
No, it's unlocked. So you don't kick it.
I don't kick it.
Just to clarify. Okay, I don't know. You're wild about kicking doors. So you slowly and carefully sort of open this bedroom door in front of you. You see a pretty standard bedroom. It is decorated with lots of like automobile memorabilia. There's like a hubcap on the wall. There's car posters. I don't know. There's car stuff in there. I don't know a lot about cars, you guys. But Drix loves cars. I need to start making characters that love things that I know about. Lots of car memorabilia in the room. And from the bed that is sort of in one corner of the room, you hear some soft snoring. So you see a little goblin asleep.
All right. I kind of step back out of the room and I look across the hall to see what's going on with Lefla.
Okay.
What's behind door number 2?
Lefla, you open the door to Erica's room. It is exactly as you and Theo left it, and no one is inside.
I will go ahead and leave the door open, and then I'm going to go start checking the other, like the Erica's bathroom, if there's a closet or a pantry on that side of the apartment.
Okay, sure. Yeah, there you can open a coat closet in the hallway, the small bathroom, her closet in her bedroom. There's no one there. But what you do hear, as you sort of look around the room, is some noise from the street outside because the window has been left open.
I will go to the window and look out, both down and up.
Okay. You see outside.
Is there a fire escape or something? And how high up are we?
You're on the 3rd floor.
And is this the window from the main area or from Erica's room?
It's from her room.
Okay. Are there any roofs that are close enough to maybe have been jumped to by something with preternatural strength and agility?
There is another building that's part of the complex, about 50 feet from this one.
Okay. And the window was presumably closed when we were here the first time, right? Okay, I will head back out into the main room, let Smith know that we need to see if there's roof access.
All right. I'm trying to decide what to do about the sleeping roommate. Yep, I'd turn on the light in his room.
Okay. Yeah, you turn on the light in his room, and after a
Wake
moment,
up.
he kind of stirs, and then looking very scared, sort of sits bolt upright and is kind of scrambling back into the corner like, who are you? Hey, what the hell, man?
I flash the badge and I say, Aegis, here on official business.
I think Lefla was heading out, but seeing this or hearing this happening, comes back in. Drix, it is okay.
He's in the middle of going, hey, goblins are not monsters, man. We are allowed to be here.
Drix, it is me, Lefla, again. I'm here with him. Erica came back, but she is gone now, and so we are trying to figure out what happened.
Do you people, call? Do you have phones?
We knocked on the door. You didn't answer.
I work nights, man.
It's night. Why aren't you working?
It's... Go in for another 2 hours.
Your roommate was here. You said that they hadn't been here for a while.
Yeah.
So what? They just showed up all of a sudden? Did you not see them?
I don't know. I was asleep.
All right.
You might want to start getting ready for your shift. Erica may come back. If she does, let her know that I was looking for her. But you may want to stay in the apartment until it is time for you to head out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
I mean, don't. It's something weird may be going on, and so just
Yeah, I'll say. Okay. Will you get out of my room now?
Are we sure that this is Drix, though?
I suppose I could try. And I think I am going to use my new weird move. So I don't know if you want to give a brief explanation of this or if we'll just learn by doing.
Yeah, so we are incorporating the Tome of Mysteries expansion and rules. So some of our players have replaced their use magic basic move with some other basic moves that use weird. So those will come up as we go along. But Lefla, I believe, has taken empath
Yes.
in exchange for use magic.
So when you open up your brain to feel the emotions of something right there in front of you, roll plus weird.
See what happens.
With my -1. Oh no. That's a 7 -1 for a 6.
Ooh.
And on a miss, your brain is overwhelmed with emotion.
Okay, so Lefla, as you're in this room with Drix, you open your brain and try to use what little bit of magical energy you possess to reach out toward Drix. But this is sort of the first time I think you've opened yourself up like this, and you do not have good control at all over this connection. And I think coming flooding back as the connection sort of clicks into place, or flooding back to you, is just this overwhelming sort of sense of fear and confusion, and a little bit of anger, but just mostly fear. And you almost are wanting to sort of run out of the room yourself.
I'm pretty sure this is Drix. Come on, let's go. Who knows how much of a lead Erica has gotten.
All right. You stay here until we come back.
Wait, do I stay here? Can I go to work? Like, what?
What did I say? Stay here
Well,
until
you
we
said
come
stay
back.
here. Lefla said stay here until it was time for me to go to work. I can't.
One of us has a badge, the other doesn't. One of us also has a gun.
Both of us have guns and badges. I'm just not flaunting mine.
Exactly. That's what matters right now.
Oh, listen, can I get your name and badge number, please? Because I am not no call, no showing to work, my man. And I am definitely going to tell them who told me to stay in my apartment.
Just give him a long, angry look. And then I leave and walk out the door.
Bureaucrat!
I guess we look for a stairwell leading to the roof.
Okay, so as this is happening, Theo and Periwinkle, you are making your way up the stairs, following Lily. How close are you following?
Well, Theo's right behind Periwinkle, like literally right behind, probably whispering where they assume ear holes are. Like, are you really sure this is a good idea? Like, should we probably call out and say something, maybe stop her? I'm not sure.
I'm trying to think how far back. Like enough, like she's like trying to like sneak and like not interfere, but like still be able to see what's happening. So I don't know how big this stairwell. Doggy, no shh. I don't know how big the stairwell is,
Okay,
but
it's not
a little
super.
bit like still trying to see.
Okay, yeah, it's not super big. I think you can stay far enough away that you can sort of hear small footsteps sort of going up the stairs. And you peek around the corner and you see Lily making her way around the next corner. So you follow her up. She makes her way to Theo what you know to be the door of Erica's apartment because you were here earlier.
She
today.
look chill. Does she just look like, I'm just going to visit a pal, you know? Does she look nervous?
She's a seedling, so I think it's a little hard to tell from far away.
That's right.
She's not like running up the stairs or anything. She's just moving at a gentle pace. But you know her to be a gentle person. So she sort of makes her way up the stairs. You can see from around the corner she makes her way to the door of Erica's apartment, which is now ajar. As Smith and Lefla have gone into it. And I think she just sort of looks at it for a moment, sort of goes to a small window that kind of looks out into this this area, small window right next to the door, and is kind of looking in. She looks a little concerned, and then she walks sort of down farther and is kind of leaning over the railing, looking around at the side of the building, like where the other windows from this apartment would be. She looks around for a moment. She stands there and you see her kind of take out a phone, hold it up to her ear like she's making a call, and after a moment hangs it up. And you see her kind of do this a couple more times.
I really feel like maybe we should intervene or something, but like, I don't know. Just a suggestion. Again, following your lead, just, not entirely sure what we should do. I just kind of feel this, like, urge to maybe act. I don't know, it's really weird. Got any thoughts, feelings, anything you want to share with class?
She just like looks at Theo and then is like pushes him forward.
Okay, Theo, you've been pushed out onto the landing in front of the door to Erica's apartment. And as you're standing there, you start to hear a little bit of shouting coming from inside. A voice that you do recognize, that of Drix, the goblin roommate.
Hey!
Sorry.
Lily, what nights? So, what a strange, crazy happenstance to see you here too. Visiting a friend.
Turns around and sort of hangs up her phone and says, "Oh, Theo, right? Lefla's friend."
That's right. Did you just come out of here?
No, actually, well, I came to say hi to Drix and see if everything was okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Let's go together.
Okay. I'm a little concerned. I was thinking about calling the cops or something. I don't know that I have the doors open.
Yeah, it would definitely be safer not to go into a potentially unsafe situation. I sure wish I knew what was going on inside. But as we don't, maybe we should just clear this area in particular, make the call from like a safer distance. Let's go. You and me, let's go. Let's go over to a safer distance. Maybe.
Can we hear Theo throwing his voice?
Yeah, I think after a moment towards the end of this conversation with Drix, as Smith has turned around to walk out, you hear shouting from outside, the voice of Theo.
What is it now? And I will go out the apartment door and I guess more or less run into Lily. Oh, bonsoir.
Hi.
What a crazy random happenstance!
Lily, what are you doing here? Kind of quickly shooting a glance at Theo and Perry of like, why didn't you text that she was here?
Well, I don't know, I hadn't hadn't talked to Drix in a couple of days, so I mean, I was telling Theo here, I decided to stop by and make sure everything was okay, and then the door was open, and then I was, calling Erica, and then Drix, and no one answered, and then I turned around and Theo was here, and you're here, and the door
What are the odds?
Erica's apartment was open.
Yes, Lily, if you want an explanation, you may need to walk and talk. We may be under a bit of time pressure right now.
I think maybe I should go inside.
There's nothing to, well, you might be able to do some of your magic in there. The window in Erica's room was open, which was not like that before. Everything else was the same. I think Erica, whoever it is, whatever it is, may have gone out the window.
What does that mean, whoever it is?
Like I said, there is a lot for us to talk about, but right now I need to get to the roof. So if you want to come with.
Yeah, okay. Smith, what do you do?
Well,
I think I'm just standing there massaging my temples, getting like a stress headache at this point. I'd like to try to use my weird move.
Okay.
Just trust your gut.
it's getting weird all up in
When
here.
you consult your instincts about what to do next, roll plus weird. Because I
Okay.
have no idea what to do next. I'm hoping my gut will tell me.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes. Weird. Oh, it's an 8. It's not too bad. So on a 7 to 9, the keeper will tell you a general direction to go and take +1 forward to explore that.
Okay, a general direction. I think, let's see, instincts about what to do next. I think for Smith, I think you obviously have this instinct that you need to figure out where she went and fast. If she left the building and was attempting to sort of get any further away from this place than, say, the next building over, there's only a couple of ways she could have done that. And I think you have a good idea of the fastest way. There are cars in the parking lot.
I'm gonna go see if her car is still here.
I'm gonna just go in this hallway. I'm just gonna go around you inside. I'm gonna look. Excuse me.
Okay. While all this discussion was happening, I want Perry was trying to do some magic.
Okay.
So gonna roll plus weird. See how it goes. Specifically, I'm thinking like, so there's one on here that's do one thing that's beyond human limitations. And I'm wondering if I could like flavor that to be like sight, like maybe trying to like see through if there's like a weird illusion here happening
Sure.
or something. So we'll see if how it goes though. I gotta roll weird first. Oh, that's pretty good. 11.
Okay. Yeah, the magic works without issue. So you're trying to sort of focus in using your magic and see if there is an illusion on Lily or just in the area.
Yeah, specifically on Lily, but then maybe like looking around and seeing if there's something
Okay.
weird.
Yeah, you I think you focus in for a moment on Lily. You don't notice anything specific about her, but I think as you back out and sort of survey the area in front of you, you do notice almost what seems to be like a trail, or sort of a residue, as it were, with a little bit of a magic aura coming from the handrail on the other side, as if somebody had like grabbed it and then gone. If you investigate that further, you can almost feel little like bits of magic going down as you see this on the handrail, and then a couple down the side of the building onto the ground and around the corner, almost like something has left a little bit of a trail of magic going that way.
Okay. Yeah, I think whatever Eric is not here anymore. I mean, you guys probably knew that already. Went out that way.
We should probably go that way then. Maybe. Just real quick. I'm just gonna run into the apartment, into where I know Erica's room is. I'm gonna see if there's any residue of a person left behind, like hairs.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I think we established last time that she had left pretty much everything except the jewelry that she had picked up. So there's a hairbrush.
I take the whole brush.
Okay, it's definitely got some short blonde hairs.
Cool.
Her blonde bob. So you steal her hairbrush. Periwinkle does magic. Smith starts going toward the parking lot, and I think from outside Lily says, "Okay, you know what? I think this was a mistake. I'm gonna go home now."
Are you sure you do not want to come along? But yes, it is. We are getting down to work. This is something is going on here. I will explain to you once we know more. But
Great. I'll wait for your call. And I think she kind of goes to the stairs and follows closely behind you, Agent Smith. And you get down to the parking lot, and the car is gone.
Shit. I text the group. Car's gone. I don't know how much I could get here. I'd like to look around, around where the car was parked and the area surrounding it, where she might have come down the building, and I guess trying to investigate a mystery, see if I can get any information.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll to investigate a mystery.
That's sharp,
Sharp.
right? Yeah.
so just very briefly, I would have told Lily that if she saw Erica or got contacted by her to let me know.
Okay.
That is an 11.
Sure is. Hold 2.
So I want to ask, one, I want to know, where did it go? If I can.
Okay. Yeah, I think there is only one entrance on this side of the apartment complex, so she would have had to go that way. Not much time has passed, so I think if you were sort of looking down, you maybe at the last second can sort of see what looks to be maybe a silver car kind of turning out of the entrance to the complex and sort of speeding off in another direction.
Debating how renegade I want to go here. Is there any cars nearby that people are driving?
That people are driving?
Yeah, like a parked car that I can run up to with a badge.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, a few spaces down, there is an elderly human woman who is sort of slowly getting out of her car and going around to open her trunk, where she has done some evening grocery shopping.
Okay, I run
You
up
gonna steal
to.
an old lady's car?
Yep. I run up to her car, and I hold up my badge and say, "Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, yes, dear. Can I
I'm
help you?
I'm with Aegis. I need to use your car.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to speak up. You want?
I
I know. I mean, it's not very polite to ask an old woman what her age is.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I work for. I'm like holding the badge as close as I can. I work for Aegis.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so?
I need your car.
My car.
Your car. I'm just borrowing it. I'll bring it right back.
Oh, well, they don't issue you those nowadays. Everything here is just gone so downhill.
I'm helping her. I'm like unloading the last bag out of the back of the car and kind of bring her over to the curb, and I'm closing it. I hand her like my card, and I say, "I'll have it right back to you." And I jump in the car.
Oh, well, make sure you put gas in it.
I will, and I just drive off.
Okay. You see in the rearview mirror her like slowly picking up her groceries, just going on her way.
And I call Lefla.
Smith, where did you go?
I saw Erica driving away from the parking lot. I'm following her now.
Oh, well, I will gather the others. Turn on, your find me location in the contacts, and we will follow after you.
All right, I'll
Share your location.
drop a pin. How do I do? I don't do that.
Keep your eyes on the road, Smith.
All right.
And I will go around and try and gather Perry and Theo and shepherd them back to the mom van so we can also join
Yeah.
pursuit.
Okay. Yeah, you do this. So, Smith, you had another question
I
before
did.
everyone starts Mad Maxing through the city.
Um,
Okay, and so you're all raccoons.
yeah.
Got rolled.
Did you want to ask another question?
I
Or
do, but I
wanna
don't know
just
if it's
hold your
gonna.
hold?
I do want to ask another question, but I don't think any of them would make sense yet, given the amount of information I have. But,
Okay.
I
You
think
can
I do.
hold on to it if you want.
Yeah. Let's see. I want to see how the situation develops, and then I'll ask my
Okay.
second one.
So Smith, sort of speeding off, trying to catch up to Erica's car, Lefla, and the other three close behind. Smith, after a moment, the car in front of you that you are following starts to speed up and is driving a little bit recklessly. Takes a couple of quick turns to try to get away from you. How close are you gonna follow?
At this point, now that I know they know I'm following them, I'm staying right on them. I'll pit maneuver them if I need to. I'm trying to get them to stop.
Okay. They take a couple of quick turns to try to lose you. I'm gonna have you roll to act under pressure
Okay,
to drive good.
I got this. I'm gonna take an additional +1 on this roll, using
Okay,
my
with
bottle
your
it up
name.
ability.
I don't have any like driving music. Exciting?
What's driving music?
I don't know, just more exciting than what was happening.
Oh no!
exciting.
Why did I do that? I accidentally hit the back button on my mouse.
Oh no.
Okay. Act under pressure +1. I can't see what I rolled. Oh,
Rolled
geez.
an 8.
Well,
I am gonna give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. So as you are taking these turns trying to keep up with Erica, wanting to stop the car as soon as you can, she takes one more hard turn, and as you go to follow, another car pulls out in front of you, not expecting you to be driving so fast or so recklessly. You can either hit the brakes and not hit them, because you don't know who's in this car, and risk losing her, or you can lean into the turn and smash the end of this car, damaging their car, possibly hurting the people inside, also damaging the old lady's car that you stole, but you'll probably be able to keep up.
God damn it. I can't go that renegade. Yeah, I slam on the brakes.
Okay, so as this car sort of pulls out next to you, you slam on the brakes, they lay on the horn, and you look over and you see a man in the front seat roll down the window. His wife or someone in the passenger seat with him, he starts yelling at you, saying some not very nice things, and then you see from the back seat a small child sort of looking out the window, trying to figure out what's going on.
I do the thing what they do in every movie when they get cut off, and I slam my heads on the steering wheel, and I immediately get on the phone with Aegis and put out an APB on the car.
Okay, and you see the car sort of take another turn, turning out of sight, as this man in the other car sort of yells profanities at you for cutting him off.
Have a good night, sir. All right. I call back to, or I guess if the others come and catch up with me, and probably very quickly.
They do, yes. So, Mom Van, on the way. You probably not driving quite as recklessly because you're in a van, I would think.
Yeah, but I think we also would have turned on whatever sirens we have.
Okay. Yeah, so, sure, I'm sure there's a siren. This is very strange because the van is still disguised as a plumber van, but no one's going to question it. It's sirens. So you turn on the siren, flashing light and sound, following Smith's GPS, which you do see after a moment, coming to an abrupt halt on a street not too far from you. So you can quickly catch up. And Smith has stopped, I assume. Probably pulled out of the middle of the road.
Yeah. I pulled over to the side of the road, and I'm on the horn with Aegis trying to get them all the information they need to find this car.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can do that. You have the license plate number. You know what the car looks like. You know who owns it. So you put out a bulletin for Aegis to be on the lookout for this vehicle as the rest of you sort of pull up next to where Smith has stopped on the side of the road.
She got away.
Darn. How did she know we were following her, though?
I don't know. Probably spotted the plumbing truck outside and got suspicious when it started following them.
Could be one of any of 100 things of some. I think right now we just need to take what we have, get it back to the lab, and see if they can tell us anything.
All right. Well, we have the plates, and we know they're in the city, so hopefully somebody will see something or report something. I gotta return this car. Just follow me.
Sweet ride.
Yeah. And we don't have to go through it. I go back and I drop off the car and then get it picked up by the others. I go get gas and then I drop off the car.
You're nice.
I
didn't
would
use much of it, but
I would like to do something.
okay.
Maybe. I might not do anything. So with the hairbrush I took, I remembered seeing in my vision of the past that this not quite Erica followed the same routines, including regularly brushing her hair and styling her hair. So I'm gonna look and see if any of these hairs on this brush look different from others or have a magical residue. Do they?
Sure. I'll roll something.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do with just investigate? Let's investigate a mystery.
Okay.
That's what we do here.
You booey. Well, it's my sharp. Oh, good. My sharp is +3. That's a 9.
Okay. So hold 1.
Are there? That's my question. Are there any?
Are there?
Are there any hairs that are different or newer than the others?
Well, some are newer than the others because she brushes her hair every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll file that under what is being concealed here.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I think you sort of take a look at this. There are some blonde hairs tangled up in it, but I think a few of them, since you have seen it before, and now Periwinkle has also sort of seen this this trail that Erica has left, and you previously, Theo, saw or were the one that found the glamour magic that she was using. I think some of them have this same, almost kind of like a magical residue or like a slight magical something about them. Some of the like the top layer of hair on this hairbrush.
Mm-hmm. So probably Theo does this like as they're driving to meet up with Smith, and like as everyone's talking, he's just looking at this hairbrush and gonna pull off that top layer of hairs, all of them that I can find that have the magical residue. Gonna wrap them around a finger and then just swallow it and try and use my elf ability to learn something about a creature I'm hunting
Okay.
by consuming a piece of it.
You do
I
this.
totally forgot about that thing.
You do this, and this totally counts as that. So, you
Just in the background, not telling anybody that this is happening. Doesn't want anyone to look at him while he eats hair.
Does anyone want to stop to get any takeout on the way back? Anybody hungry?
Noodles, maybe.
So as everyone in the van is talking about noodles, you swallow this hair, consuming a piece of what you are hunting to gain extra knowledge about it. So I think, Theo, I think this is, the information is sort of conveyed to you. I mean, the hair doesn't just like talk to you in your brain or anything like that, but I think
That'd be terrible.
the knowledge just all at once plants itself in your brain as if it's been there the whole time, as you consume this hair. Based on all of the information that you have so far, this creature, I think you can pretty much assume at this point is some sort of shapeshifter. I think you get this odd feeling when you consume. Has you ever done this before?
Not for a very, 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 very long time.
Okay, yeah. So you've done this before, but not for a very long time. So I think it's almost an odd feeling, as though, because normally you would consume something and probably get something relatively straightforward about it, or get like a singular kind of feeling of like, oh yeah, this is what this is. This feels like a lot of things kind of all wrapped up in one.
I vote no on noodles. But just a little interesting nugget. This is certainly the Erica that's not Erica. It's not Erica. It's a shapeshifter of some kind, some sort of amalgamation type thing, or it's able to be many things. So if that was twisting everybody's knickers. It's not actually her. It's a shapeshifter. Unless she's always been a shapeshifter and just sleeper agent. Who knows? I don't know. Just
So
thought I'd share.
Periwinkle did some cursory research earlier.
Yeah.
So 2 things came up when you were doing this research that would fit the description. 1, shapeshifters. 2, doppelgangers. They are based on the small amount of information that you have. They are similar creatures in that they have similar abilities. The sort of way that they shift is a little bit different, but they can take on the appearance of things that they have seen before. Doppelgangers tend to mostly keep to themselves. They're pretty solitary creatures. They will. They're not known to be especially violent or anything of that nature. The ones that have been found have been known to sort of take on the appearances of people who they've seen in photos who are long dead, and then just sort of integrate themselves into human society, people society. Whereas shapeshifters are sort of their disgusting feral cousins. They are mean, they are hunters, and they have what your research calls consumption, meaning that they have to feed every so often, or the weaker they become, and specifically they feed on the flesh of other living beings.
Okay.
So 2 options.
Well, from my research, that was really, really brief. I'm sure Theo knows more about this, but
I wouldn't bank on that.
yeah, I mean, maybe we're dealing with. I don't know, we could be dealing with either of these things, but I don't know. I hope it's not a shapeshifter. Like, eats people.
How long was she missing again? And then came back? Does anybody remember?
She'd been missing at least a week, but or at least that was when Drix saw her. I'm trying to look back through my notes to see what Lily mentioned about how long she went on vacation for, or whatever it was.
She was gone for about a week.
Yeah, disappeared
think,
for a
and then
week.
Yeah, and then she came back a couple of days ago.
Oh, what does Erica do at the hospital again?
She is a receptionist, primarily.
Okay.
A lot of access to meat if she's a shapeshifter, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Theo, are you sure it's a shapeshifter or a doppelganger?
Well, am I? Was it just like was shapeshifter a descriptive term, or was it like a specific?
Lowercase s shapeshifter.
Okay.
I think it is a changeling of some kind.
Really, I don't know for sure. No, just some sort of shape-changing type being. But the timing is interesting, and the dedication to bringing us to a location so that they would know where we are, and then losing us seems a bit actively nefarious.
Either way, we need to be sure if there's a shapeshifter in the city, then we have to take care of it.
Yeah, I mean, if it thinks that we're onto it, as it is Erica, it might not be Erica anymore for very long.
Well,
Not for very long, but a hospital gig is too, pardons the pun, juicy to give up so easily. So I think we might have a little bit more time before it's in the wind.
Well, I think getting back to the office, seeing what else anybody might have been able to dig up, any clues we might have, and then see what our next move's gonna be.
Yeah.
If we have time for that, well, I guess we're not that far. Hope for the best.
Well, no other options right now unless you know where she might be going.
No, I don't. No.
Then the office it is.
So you all, with new information, head back to your headquarters at Aegis. Do you stop for noodles on the way?
I guess they said no noodles, so we'll get tacos instead.
Quick pit stop for food, because it's probably, you all have had a lot of coffee today and not a whole lot of anything else.
Theo has been wanting tacos since Lunaterra. This is the best.
That'll be 4 soft tacos, and who said they wanted? No, just kidding. We don't have to go through those.
Our taco orders.
A brief taco stop. You head back to your headquarters. Goodness. Do you guys want to just take like a really quick break?
Sure.
We've had like 7 breaks, but an actual break for us, so we're not fixing things. Okay.
Yeah.
So you make it back to your headquarters, and we'll take a quick break right here. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes to see what unfolds. Ooh. Hello again, Internet. Thank you for sticking with us. During a quick break, we are going to pick up where we left off as the four of you in the van arrive back at Aegis headquarters a few minutes after your unsuccessful car chase. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess everybody just stay frosty. See if we get any reports on if anyone sees the vehicle.
Yeah, maybe we could see if there's any more research we could do on shapeshifters or doppelgangers, see what else is in our files.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah, I know there's more in there, I just couldn't remember everything.
The lab, I don't know if it's only been a little while, but the lab might have come back with something on that cup. But I don't know if it'll be even. I don't know how deep that result will be for us.
Guess we'll just have to see. I'll go and check on the lab results. I guess whoever wants to go do research, go do research.
Totally.
What do you want to do, Lefla?
I think Lefla has been fairly quiet on the drive back. Gets out of the mom van, slams the door with more force than you have ever seen this tiny little seedling produce. And just, I'm going to the mess. I need a drink.
Okay. Maybe I'll catch up with you and help you study in a minute. Okay. I was gonna follow Lefla to the mess hall. Or wherever he can get a drink in this place.
Yeah, they serve alcohol there.
It's after 5 o'clock.
So Smith, you make your way to the lab. Periwinkle and Lefla off to get a drink. Theo off to do research. We'll start with Lefla and Periwinkle.
So I think Lefla has probably gone and ordered one of the strongest drinks they have on offer.
Oh.
And it's just, I think, is kind of just sitting there with one tendril kind of soaking in the drink, but every so often will, wrap it up and then actually take it back behind the leaves and take a belt. Yeah.
Are you sure you should be drinking while on a case like this?
Somehow I doubt that we are going to have anything further to do tonight. But this is... I'll be honest, this is some bullshit.
What do you mean?
Part of why I joined Aegis was to keep this sort of thing from happening again, happening to others like my partner. And yes, we have had many missions and many people have died, and that has been part of the job, and it has been unfortunate, but it has been the reality of things, and that we usually only come in once it is too late for someone. But to borrow a phrase that Smith used, this is hitting too close to home. I had hoped that this weirdness would be gone from my life, and that it would just be, part of the job. rather than
Hmm.
affecting those that I consider my friends.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, we don't know what happened to Erica yet. Maybe she's all right.
I'm honestly not sure if that's the better alternative. Being kept alive as some kind of meat IV or something. But yes, if she is alive, I hope we get to her, but I can't imagine whatever she has gone through being a pleasant experience.
Well, I think we'll figure it out. We've gone through tough stuff before, and we'll figure this out. But yeah, I'm sorry that it had to happen to one of your friends.
Has this job never come close to... You've been working longer at least than I have. Do you know if it's ever hit this close to home for you, for Smith, for Theo?
I don't know, actually. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I mean, some of my other clutchmates work here at Aegis, but none of them wanted to get, not as many of them wanted to get involved in this sort of stuff, so I can't say that this has happened to me before, and I don't know about the others. I mean, Jethro's really... I mean, Age Smith is very quiet about these sort of things.
Leftlet snorts into their drink. Oh, Jethro, is it?
Yeah, don't tell him I told you that, though.
It's okay. The secret is safe with me.
He doesn't like people knowing for some reason. It's
Can't
funny. I
imagine
think it's
why.
a great name.
Yes. Well, speaking of secrets, how was your surveillance with Theo? Anything happening there?
What do you mean?
I think you'll know what I mean. Lefla is very clearly, because they are the lightest of lightweights because they're so small. is already,
He's just like instant. Oh, buddy.
certainly buzzed by now.
I don't know what you're talking about. We were just conducting important business and staying focused on the job. Let's just
Mhm.
stop. Yeah, it was all very straightforward. And definitely not anything.
Somehow I doubt one-on-one chatter with Theo is straightforward, but if that's how you want to describe it, be my guest.
I mean, he did talk about a lot of stuff. He can just talk. He can just talk.
Well, I am not one to judge others' tastes, but that will... I cannot speak for Agent Smith, but I am keeping an eye on that and rooting for you. Rooting for you.
I think you've been having too much sweet treat. But
Ah,
thank you.
yes, no, they know to cut me off after one.
Should I try that one? I don't think I've tried that one yet.
You are certainly welcome to try.
All right, Periwinkle's gonna get that drink too, and sort of like probably drinks like a little bit of it, and then it's just like. Bleh.
All right. So you try a drink, maybe not liking it so much, but you and Lefla sort of sit and talk a little bit more. Let's see. Smith, you were going to the lab.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. Let's cut over to you quickly. So while Lefla and Periwinkle are chatting, and having a drink, chilling a little bit, Smith, you make your way down to the lab where you had dropped off the coffee cup from the hospital a few hours before. I think they see you come in, and one of the lab assistants sort of greets you, and Agent Smith, you're back.
Yeah. How's it going, Daryl?
Good. Yeah, I was actually getting ready to call you here in a minute. So I moved up your cup, so we could take a good look at it.
And?
It's weird, man. It's. I was gonna say come look at this, but you don't ever want to look at this. I mean, you definitely got some sort of shape changer on your hands.
Can you identify what kind?
Well, I can try. That's what I've been sort of trying to do. It's a complicated process, and especially shifters and Dopplers, they have a lot in common, almost everything in common, pretty much except how they act and how they eat. But they have similar weaknesses, but the doppelgangers, they're a lot more vulnerable than the shifters. So I tried it. I think it's a shapeshifter, man.
Ah, shit. I was hoping for better news.
Well, you came to the wrong place.
Great. What's the latest protocol for dealing with shapeshifters?
Well, I mean, it hasn't changed in a long time. We don't really have the equipment for them. They don't really pop up. And the doppelgangers, we just kind of, they keep to themselves and we leave them. But, I mean, I don't just have a whole bunch of gold lying around,
Gold?
Yeah, so, other things like, oh, okay, well, you did the werewolves last week, right? That was you, right?
Yeah.
They're silver. These ones, they don't like it.
I don't suppose we haven't...
Pure gold. That one's the best. But alloys work in a pinch. Not great, but...
Crap. We have any gold weaponry in the armory?
I don't know. I mean, if anything's down there, I don't imagine it's been used in a while.
I guess I'll go take a look. See what we've got. Got nothing else to do. Suppose you don't know if the reports have come in, if there's anything on any chatter that they've located the vehicle I put the word out on.
I haven't heard anything.
All right. Let me know if you do.
You got it.
I'll go ahead and head down to the armory. Look, if we have any old gold weapons.
Okay. Yeah, you head down to the armory. They sort of looking through the stock and everything. It looks like there's a few like knives down there, sort of long knives. Some knives that have been plated in like a gold alloy. I think they will tell you that generally they don't make things out of pure gold or plate things in pure gold because it's so soft.
Yeah.
That it's hard for it to kind of stand up to anything. So they have some alloyed gold plated knives. That's probably the best you're gonna get.
All right. I guess I'll check out one of those.
Okay, you do so.
That's all I got.
All right, Theo.
So I was specifically going to go because I think Theo was already assuming it was a shapeshifter based on the nefarious behavior he mentioned. So he was just going to look up shape changer, like culture, just on the off chance it was a doppelganger, and just find out like, just not culture necessarily, but like behavior of like if they take hostages, like if they typically abduct someone to take their place, if that person is kept alive for any reason, like how they make their shape changes. Like doppelgangers are just who they see. Shapeshifters might be the same way, but like if they need a piece of them, like polyjuice potion style, or how that goes.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can definitely research both of those things. There's not a ton of information. I think you can kind of attribute that to Aegis just hasn't seen that many of these. There's more on doppelgangers. They tend to be more friendly, as in they don't eat people. So they typically tend to be left alone. Doppelgangers and shapeshifters both, though, are known to be solitary creatures for the most part. They live alone. They both can mimic the appearance of anybody they have observed. So just somebody that they have seen. The closer, the better, and the longer they have observed them for, the better. They also, you find this, I think, particularly about doppelgangers. This has been reported that not only do they mimic the appearance of the person, but they also get a sense of their sort of surface thoughts. And the longer they stay in one form, the more of that person's sort of thoughts and memories they learn. So there are like reports of doppelgangers who have taken on the appearance of sort of maybe someone who's been dead for a long time, someone they have seen, and over time, the longer they stay in this form, the more they can become like that person. Because the longer they inhabit that body, the more of their memories they sort of get. Yeah, that's pretty much what you get. As far as shapeshifters go, they are hunters. They are typically known to, from the experience that Aegis has had, stalk a victim for a while, kidnap them, and essentially keep them alive long enough to have assumed their form for a while, to learn enough about them that they can sort of pass as that person, and then they will eat them, take their place, and then use their place to get close to another victim and continue the cycle. And that is generally how they feed themselves.
Cool. Gonna close my books, my databases, and just they really should do some trainings on this in particular. And go find my team.
Training on how to tell your friend that their other friend is dead.
Yeah, Soup's dead. Like, how do this? Yeah. Just gonna go find somebody.
You run into Agent Smith in the hallway.
Hey! Agent Smith. How went the lab?
Yeah, it looks like we're dealing with a shapeshifter.
Yeah, I can back that up with empirical research. You're good with people, right?
No.
Well, you are the senior officer. So I feel like
Sounds like you're about to tell your senior officer something you want from them or want them to do.
well, not necessarily. I just feel like I shouldn't be subsuming your authority on this matter that is at hand.
I promise you my authority is not in question.
Great. I wasn't questioning. So, Leffler's friend Erica's probably definitely dead. Definitely. Super dead. Did some research. That's how shapeshifters do. That's probably why she was gone for a week, because the shapeshifter was learning everything about her. And then they eat that person before taking their place. So the fact that the shapeshifter already came and took her place, she's super dead. And that sounds like something a commanding officer would tell their So I'm gonna go while you do that. Maybe.
Theo.
Yes, sir.
Do you plan on always being what you are at the agency?
I mean, I'm pretty good at it. It's a strange question. I mean,
I'll tell you this. I'll tell Lefla.
okay,
No problem.
great. That's what I.
But
Huh?
if you have any desires or aspirations to move up with Aegis, to be more than just a low-level field op, I think you should consider doing it yourself.
I mean, I'm already working so hard to overcome the whole reason I'm here. It's not going to go well. You know it. I know it. I'm going to try and be nice, but it's really just going to come out really bad. Leffler deserves better than me.
Theo,
Yes?
if you would like, you can roll to manipulate someone.
Oh.
I wanted to hear your reasoning first.
Oh.
Of this. So this is a good time for me to say it. You can use manipulate someone on other hunters, if you would like.
Okay. I'll try it. What's plus charm? Oh, good.
Wanted to hear your reasoning first.
That's a 4 minus 1 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was also going to ask if I could manipulate Theo, but I don't know if we can do a manipulate off.
I guess, yeah, why
Bring
not?
it.
It's fun, go ahead.
It's not going to go much better.
I felt manipulated. I felt like you made a good case.
We'll see what happens. You both get the chance to mark experience. Yeah, go ahead and roll plus charm.
7.
Okay. Theo, if you do what Smith asks, you mark an experience. Smith, it is up to you to decide how offended or annoyed you are with Theo, and if you decide not to do what Theo asked, you mark experience.
Oh, because I missed.
Yes.
Because I missed real bad.
Yeah, we'll let you guys trade off on that one. So.
So where we left off was
Continue.
Theo's reasoning was, I think Leffler deserves better than me.
You're going to have to learn to make a hard choice. It's not always going to be as easy as staying in the van.
Okay. You're right. You're always right. No chance of me finding Periwinkle. That wouldn't fly. Would it?
You can do whatever it is you want. Your
Oh, no.
career and your life is your own.
Oh, no. Okay.
You'll make the right choice. And I walk away.
Oh, man.
So I mark experience because I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
And Theo, if you do, you can also.
Theo stands there in the hallway for a second and is just like, okay, why didn't I ask for people skills? Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna go find Lefla.
Okay. So you find Lefla and Periwinkle having a drink in the mess hall, talking. Probably some giggling going on at this point.
Theo walks in, sees them,
Either giggling or crying. One of the
walks out, leans against the wall. You can do this. Walks back in. Nope. Walks back out. Walks in, just like marches purposely over there, sits in a chair, like does that screech thing, like because he went in too hard and was like, "Hi."
Oh, Zati, you got to join us for a drink, are you?
I don't. Yep.
Yeah, we've
Sure am.
been drinking. Mostly him, though.
I'll have what they're having. Who do I tell that to?
You could just have the rest of my cup.
Okay. Do you enjoy this?
No, but it gets the job done.
Ah. Lefla, you look well.
I look very drunk, is what you mean?
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should talk later. Does this last a while?
If I were more sober, I could tell you what the different metabolic rates of our species, but
They kind of drink a lot. So it might be a bit. But they're also very small, so it goes through pretty quickly.
I think I'm just gonna hang out for a while. Lefla, do you just want a buddy? Maybe? Just to
I
try
mean,
this out.
that would be good. Periwinkle here has been a very good buddy for me, but I think I don't know. We could all be buddies.
We
you
are
can be
buddies, Lefla. We're such buddies, such good friends, such good times.
Yeah, I mean, we never really just like hang out like this. This kind of.
No. Barkeep? Tender? Can I have this but not disgusting, please? Okay.
I think he gives you a funny look.
The
and-
least disgusting beverage. Fruit, maybe.
I can do fruit.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gone for a minute and comes back with this very nice glass. Inside is a frozen drink of some sort, and it's just these nice layers of pink and orange, and there's this little umbrella on top.
Oh, that looks great. That's delightful. Oh, so colorful. Yeah, so Theo's just gonna hang out and chit chat with his teammates for a while and just make sure Lefla doesn't drink anymore. And once Lefla seems more like himself, is gonna pursue this conversation.
Okay.
How many drunk people have you been around, Lindsay? This is going to take a
Zero.
while.
Zero. I'm assuming neither has
That's
Theo.
not true because you played D&D with me, so.
Well, I didn't know that.
Sorpresa.
Sorpresa!
It's gonna be a while.
Yep, Theo will wait as
This-
long as it takes.
What are you doing in the meantime? Because you walked away.
I don't know. I guess I have some downtime. Guess I go back to my office and probably just scroll through once June's Instagram just to see what she did today. And yeah, I don't know. Read a book.
Okay. Yeah, so you chill in
Art
the
of
office.
War.
June went out to lunch with two of her friends today. It looks like they had a very nice time. They had smoothies. It was great.
Cool.
Hashtag smoothie squad is what it says. I don't know that you're 100% sure what that means, but
I figure out which one like
roll to investigate a mystery.
I figure out which one the like button is, and I just like it, and
Good job.
Yep.
Taps it one extra and unlikes it, and then relikes it.
All right, and yeah, you hang out in your office for a while with some time to yourself to read a book. It is a while later. Lefla starting to sober up a little bit.
I have no idea if Theo gets how this works on him. How fast that do with the fruity beverage. Was it alcoholic?
Yeah,
I don't
was
know.
Only slightly.
Great.
It just enough, just a little like kick of courage, but not so much that you don't have control over what you're saying.
Great.
How about that?
Okay. So probably for the 70th time, Theo's like, so Lefla, how are you feeling? How are you now? As opposed to 12 minutes ago when I last asked.
You know, things are still shitty, still worrying about my most likely dead friend, but it is getting late, and at some point, I need to go to bed so that we can hunt down the Shapeshifter and get them.
or doppelganger. We don't know yet.
Maybe I should walk with you back to your abode. For safety, friendship reasons. People do that.
We are
Walk together,
inside Aegis HQ.
places.
I cannot imagine there being a more safe.
Camaraderie reasons. People walk, you talk, you know.
Squints at Theo.
Well, I suppose, but
Do you need me to leave? Should I go? Do you need to talk with Lefla and you?
How insightful is Periwinkle?
Well, her coral's pretty high. I don't know what.
I don't know.
Is there an insight in this?
No, I mean, there's read a bad situation.
This does seem bad.
It's pretty bad.
Let's go ahead and roll plus sharp.
Plus sharp. Oh no, she's not good at that. But here goes.
Help me.
5.
On a miss, you might misread the situation.
I think Theo looks absolutely desperate, and part of him is like, please don't leave me. You're alone with this. I really don't want to do this at all. But I mean, he also tries to convey, like, I got this. Like, I need to do this alone, I think. I don't want to be watched. So, it's up to you.
Okay. So yeah, so I think she misreads the part of like, I need you to be here, and is like, oh, I guess I need to leave. Yeah, I'll just go. You look like you need a minute, so I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I need to go.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So, Lefla,
yes, Theo?
about that walk.
Yes.
These long legs are so stiff. I just need to walk. Would you walk with me?
I suppose this is getting weird even for you, Theo, but
What? No. Okay. I'm just gonna try and walk up to like a location where there aren't other people in the mess hall. And just, I don't know, basically get Lefla alone.
Okay. You can take a quick stroll outside to there's a little courtyard
Perfect. Beautiful.
tree.
if I did not know better, I would think you are trying to get me alone.
Well, I mean, I am. Oh, not like that though. Oh, I see what you mean now. No, it sure is a nice night though.
That's not helping your case.
Yeah. Hey, Leffler. So I went and did some reading. We're definitely facing a shapeshifter. Smith went to the lab and got confirmation, and I don't know. I just think you deserve a concrete answer. It's the fact is, Erica's she's gone. Shapeshifters don't assimilate back into society until there's an empty space to fill.
I mean, I figured as much. And I mean, if Smith was being optimistic, that means there's no hope in hell, right?
I don't know. I think he deserves more credit. I think he needs to deal with us, and does a good job of that. Well, I just thought it'd be better if you heard it from a friend first, instead of keeping guessing and wondering the worst.
Leftwood just kind of stands there for a minute, rustling in the breeze. Like I said, this is not too much of a shock, but I think I will need closure first, so.
I get that. I'm sorry. This is not fair to anyone, but least of all you. I mean, I was there the first time.
Yes, either we will get all the monsters, and this will stop happening, or everyone close to me will be killed horribly. It's one of those two, right?
I feel like that's a pretty hard, strict binary you're setting there.
Well, that is certainly how it feels right now, and leaning much more towards the latter, but again, I had a lot to drink tonight. It was like that much. I'm lightweight.
Well, for what it's worth, Leffler, you're not alone. And I don't know about you, but I care about you, and I'm not going to let anything happen to you or the rest of our team. So, I'm here for you. Whatever that's worth.
It's worth something. Good night, Theodosius.
Good night, Leffler.
Go your separate ways. For the night, Periwinkle having wandered off as well, assuming most of you go off and try to get a little bit of sleep. Smith, you are in your office reading what I assume is a Tom Clancy book.
That sounds right.
And I think it's been a while, and you've dozed off a little bit in your office chair. Can you roll for me plus sharp?
Yes. Well, that's a 4.
Okay. Okay. So you're sitting there, sort of dozed off. It's late, and then in the late at night at this point, and all of a sudden you jolt awake as you feel this like shooting pain in your forehead, and it's, I mean, worse than the worst stress headache you've ever had, as if somebody has like is like driving something into your brain. And you start to get these flashes of images before your eyes. You have a hunch, and you see, sort of through the pain and the white light, you see these flashes of Lily, who you have met before. Lefla's seedling friend that started this whole business in the first place and then showed up again at the apartment building. You get these flashes of Lily, and you can't understand what she's saying. It sounds almost like she is crying or yelling for help. And you see, just very briefly, in a moment of clarity through the pain, the inside of an apartment. Most of the lights off and have a lamp on in one corner of the room, and you see Lily tied up to what looks to be one of her kitchen chairs, and standing across from her, Lily.
Shit.
Just like that, it's gone.
God. I need to drink less coffee. Fuck. I look at my watch. Like, what time is it right now?
It's 1:30 in the morning.
Shit. I get up and do I have like I have on my computer some sort of software or something that I can look up like addresses or anything?
Yeah, sure. I feel like you probably have access to that information. I assume you're looking for where Lily lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have enough information about her at this point. I think you can pretty quickly find her home. It's about 10 minutes from where you are currently.
Crap. I go running like jogging down the hall. I assume there's probably since I was in my office, I assume there's nobody in the building right now.
Yeah, it's pretty deserted.
I get in my car, or I get in a car, and start driving towards the apartment.
Okay, so you get in the car and take off in the direction of Lily's apartment. You get there in under 10 minutes. Driving fast without driving too dangerously. You pull up, quickly move to the find the unit number of hers. She's under the ground floor apartment, and can make your way up to her door.
I have my pistol drawn, and I put my head to the door and like listen for a moment.
Okay, you hear a little bit of rustling around inside, but no voices or anything like that.
Okay. I knock on the door.
Okay.
And I tuck my hand behind my back with my gun in it.
Okay. You knock on the door. You hear a little bit more rustling around inside, and what sounds kind of like a muffled voice, but no one comes to the door.
Lily, you home?
Nothing.
Trevor sent me to check on you, or Lefla sent me to check on you. I don't know why I'm going to call him that once every single freaking episode. Lefla sent me to check on you.
After a second, you hear a sort of clicking on the other side, or after, I guess, about a minute or so, you hear clicking as though like a latch is coming undone, and the door kind of slowly opens just a little bit, and you see Lily kind of peeking out through the crack in the door.
Hi, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. I assume you remember me. I'm one of Lefla's friends.
She nods very slowly.
I was coming here to check in. We're worried that somebody, whatever's going on with Erica, that you might be in danger.
Yeah. Do you want to come in?
If you don't mind.
Okay. I think she kind of steps back and pulls the door open.
I think I tucked the gun into the back of my in my pants, and I kind of reach a hand into my pocket, and I just, again, not pulling it out yet, but grab onto the gold knife that I had before.
Okay. Sure. She shuts the door behind you. Goes, wow, it's really late or early.
It is.
Can I get you some coffee
Yeah, if you don't mind.
and she she looks at you for a minute and then turns slowly and kind of walks slowly, a little shakily, into the kitchen.
I'm keeping an eye out and scanning the room and saying, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Anybody come by?
Not except for you, Smith.
All right. Just Leva seemed really worried. Didn't want anything to happen to anyone else.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
Worry, I mean.
Yeah. And you don't go out of your way if it's gonna be too much effort to put a pot on. I don't mean to impose. I just I figured I'd take a look around, make sure there's nobody here that poses a threat to you, and then I'll be on my way.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, no, you can stay as long as you like. It'll just be a minute, and she's putting coffee on.
I nod and I kind of take a look around the room. I'm trying not to leave my back to her. I'd like to try to read a bad situation.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and roll plus sharp.
And I can roll plus cool instead
Oh, we'll do that then.
because of my tactical genius.
Yeah.
That's a 14.
Lord. Okay, 3 questions you get.
Jeez.
And you get +1 ongoing acting on the answers.
I want to know, are there any dangers I haven't noticed?
Are there any dangers you haven't noticed?
I can give you the 3 questions I want to ask if you want to answer them in the
Okay.
best order.
Yeah, if you know what you're gonna ask.
Yeah, I want to ask any dangers I haven't noticed, what's the biggest threat, and what's the best way to protect the victims.
Okay. Based on the punch that you got, the vision, I guess, as it were, right now you are under the impression that the biggest threat to you is currently Lily, if she is not actually Lily, because these are incredibly dangerous creatures. So she's probably the biggest threat. The best way to protect the victims is going to be to find Lily as quickly as possible. If this is not the real Lily, to find the real Lily as soon as you possibly can. It's not a very large apartment. Sort of a it seems like she lives alone, sort of a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, small living area, kitchen. Nice, but small. A good size for her. Any dangers that you haven't noticed? Most of the lights are off. There's sort of one lamp on in the corner, but then down the hallway to the bedroom, you can see at least 2 closed doors. But it is dark down there and it's hard to sort of make out anything other than that, and so that is an unknown quantity.
Okay. While she's busy making the coffee, then this is what I do. I turn my back only for a moment to reach underneath my shirt and take my wedding ring off of the chain that is currently hanging on. Mm-hmm. And I slip my gold wedding ring onto my ring finger.
Okay.
And I walk back towards the kitchen and wait for her to finish making the coffee to hand me the cup.
Okay. You do this. She sort of walks toward you and goes to reach out to you and hand you a cup of coffee. Cream and sugar?
No, black's fine. And I reach out with my left hand with my ring on it, and I take the cup. But when I do, I want to try, just as surreptitiously as possible, brush her with the ring.
Okay. You do this. You sort of brush up against one of her vines, and nothing happens. And she sort of looks at you as you touch her and says, "I'm so sorry." And you feel a crack against the back of your skull because you got here just in time to be in trouble yourself. And the world around you goes dark. And I think that's where we're going to end today's session. Ah!
Yikes.
Nip is in a whole bunch of trouble. Did you mark XP for that 4 that you rolled?
I did.
Okay, good.
Whoops. Hunches.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Oh
The rest of
boy.
you are asleep in your beds. Visions of sugar plums and definitely no dreams of Smith getting kidnapped and eaten. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight through this joyous, wonderful, happy adventure that we're having. And thank you guys for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. We will pick back up in 2 weeks. Thursday, I think that's the 1st, actually, of August. Can you believe it? We'll pick back up in 2 weeks, that Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, to see what happens when everybody wakes up in the morning. Until then, our next live stream, I believe, is going to be on Saturday at 3 p.m. Oh, we have to do end of session stuff. I'll say this real quick. Our next game's gonna be Saturday nights, Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us for some D&D. And the rest of our schedule can be found, if you're watching this live on Twitch, down below us on the Twitch page. And I think that's it, unless you guys would like to go ahead and do your end of stream stuff, or end of session stuff, I guess. I don't ever remember what we do on stream and what we don't, but we've got a couple minutes, we can do it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's do it. I don't know if there's much.
End of session. So if we haven't done this live before, because I can never remember, at the end of each session of this game, the keeper has 4 questions that they asked, and based on the answers, everybody gets XP. We got a couple minutes. Let's do them. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Nope.
Nope.
Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
Nope.
Well,
Well,
I have 2 arguments on that.
okay.
Let's hear it, my dude.
One, Lily would certainly have died had Smith not gotten there. I don't know if she's saved yet. Maybe next session, depending on how that goes. But she's still alive because Smith showed up. The other one
Well,
is...
Smith is unconscious right now, so do you know?
No. The other one is that kid in the back of that car.
That child that you did it.
Now, admittedly, I put them in danger.
Well, I don't know. Chat is arguing that you saved Erica's roommate.
Were they in danger?
I mean, they might have been. Oh, sure, why not? That's enough argument. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Really about shapeshifters
Mm.
and the Skioe.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Smith has visions.
Yeah, apparently. We don't know that yet, though.
Well, I think we learned about the depth of Letha's emotional trauma.
That too.
Yeah.
There were a few conversations with Lefla.
Theo eats people. All right.
And that too, we learned Theo eats people.
He does not.
These the
as
players and the
players.
viewers, but
You as players, I think, did, and I think that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3. So if you get 3 or 4 yes answers, everyone marks 2 experience.
I leveled.
So
Same.
I can never remember if we did that on stream before or not, but we had a few minutes, so I figured we would. So we do those at the end of every session, and they're very fun. And I think every game should have stuff like this because it's interesting. So yeah, that's that. Thanks everybody. Like I said, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll definitely tweet about it. Can't wait to traumatize you all some more. In the meantime, join us on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for Saturday Nights. And then throughout the week for more exciting stuff. And I think that's it for us. So we'll see you soon. But until next time, good game. And good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Internet.
good night, internet.